Hey everyone, welcome back to another Lusty 94 Scripts showcase video. Today we are going to look at the version 3 of mining. Mining has been completely rewritten with loads of new features, custom props, all sorts of stuff. So let's take a look. Okay, so there are two mining locations set up by default. You have one at Davis Quarry and one at Great Chaparral Mineshaft, and then you have a panning zone in the water. So to start mining, you simply interact with the PED. This brings up a menu where you can, if enabled, you can view your mining XP. Clicking on this gives you an overview of your current level, reputation points, the yield bonus multiplier, and your total rocks that you've mined. You can change into some more appropriate clothing. This isn't required to actually mine rocks, it's just purely visual for immersion purposes. You can buy tools, select multiple tools, pickaxes, toolkits, wash pans, hessian sacks. If furnaces and crafting benches are set to placeable, they will be included in this list so players can buy them. So we're going to buy a pickaxe first. You can choose your payment method, cash or bank, and how many you would like to buy. We're also going to get a wash pan, which is also required for panning the stone. Okay, so let's go and mine some rocks. Coming into the mining zone, you simply target the rock. This will then start a progress bar with an animation. Everything is fully configurable, from the rock objects to the animations to the props and the rewards. You will receive a configurable amount of stone. If XP is enabled, this amount is determined by your XP level. Okay, so now we've got our mined stone, we need to take that over to the wash location. Upon entering the washing zone, you simply use the wash pan. This then opens an input window where you can choose the amount that you have on you to pan. In this instance we're going to choose 10, and then you will repeat the actions for the amount of times that you choose to process. Again, everything here is fully configurable, the timers, the rewards, everything. Okay, so now we have washed the stone and got the ores. We can head on back over to the quarry, and we need to interact with the furnace now to smelt all of the ores into ingots. You need to add coal to the furnace first before being able to smelt anything. Coal is required as a one-to-one requirement here, so one smelt requires one coal. So if you smelt more than one item, you will require the equivalent amount of coal for that. So opening the menu shows your current coal level. You can retrieve unused coal back and then add it back in again if you need to. Opening the menu again shows a list of available ingots that you have on you that you can craft. Anything that you don't have is disabled. In this instance we're going to choose some sulfur. You are greeted with an input window, again choosing how many you want. The duration is then multiplied by the amount that you choose to smelt. Okay, so once you've smelted your ores into ingots, you can either sell them at the ingot seller, or you can use the crafting bench. Here you can have categories with items that are craftable inside the categories. In this instance we have some jewellery, miscellaneous, which is a coal sack required for the deliveries, and then gem cutting. You can receive uncut jewels from washing ores, which you then need to come to the crafting bench to process further. Clicking on a choice again brings an input slider. The amount that you choose to process at once is the amount that is multiplied for the progress circle. You then receive raw jewels, which you can then craft into jewellery if you have the correct tools on you. Okay, so we're going to look at the rare item Blackstone now. If enabled, it has a configurable chance to spawn when you are mining rocks. Blackstone is a rare item that you can't wash or process. You have to take it over to the conveyor belts. Loading the conveyor belt greets you with an input window. Again, you can choose how many you want to process. The actions are then repeated for the amount that you choose. The rocks are moved along the conveyor and smashed in the pile, and you are rewarded with rare minerals that you can then sell. This is fully configurable for each mining location and is easily disabled if you don't want this feature. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, you can sell items that are produced from mining, either ingots, jewellery or rare minerals. Interacting with the ped opens a menu. If you don't have anything in these categories, you won't be able to select it, but selecting an item again opens an input slider where you can choose how many you wish to sell. Confirming gives you a confirmation window detailing how many you've chose to sell, the total sale price, and asking if you wish to confirm. Confirming then removes that item from you and you are paid. Okay, we're going to take a look at the coal delivery missions now. You can start a delivery mission if you have enough coal sacks on you. In this instance we need 45. Starting the delivery mission gives you a confirmation window. The customer name and the business name is randomly generated from a list that you provide. Just details the information. They've requested a delivery of 45 coal sacks. Deliver it to this location as soon as possible. Confirming spawns a vehicle which you then have to get out and load the coal into. Brings an input window displaying the amount of coal required, the current amount of sacks loaded, and the amount of coal that you have on you. Again, the input slider determines how many actions you have to perform. Once the coal is all loaded, you are notified that the truck is fully loaded and the delivery zone is then created. A waypoint is set which you can then drive to. The delivery locations are fully configurable and are all chosen at random. Upon entering the delivery zone, you are notified that the delivery has been successful and you are to return to the quarry employee to get your payment. Once we arrive at the quarry, we go back to the mine employee, interact with him and request your payment. The vehicle is then deleted and you are paid a configurable amount. Okay, so if enabled in the config, there is a quests system. Players can use the command mining quests, which opens a menu of a configurable list of quests that they can work towards. That gives them random rewards. Rewards can be either cash, items, or both. Clicking on a quest redeems the reward and then marks that quest as claimed, and then you are unable to claim it again, giving players something to grind towards. If the XP system is enabled in the config, we have a mining leaderboard command that players can use. This is a global menu that populates of all the players that have mined, their levels, their XP amount, and the total amount of ores that they have mined. The script is fully modular and features an extensive config file where you can change core settings and various other settings to suit your server requirements. Well guys, you've reached the end of the showcase video. Thank you very much for sticking around. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.